Hi everyone, this is Lynette, Nettie Reads Too Much. I'm bringing you another video. Today I thought I would do the Newbie 2.0 tag. This tag was originally created by Michael S. Deutsch of the same channel name. He set it up because he wanted to try and encourage everybody on BookTube, not just newbies, to open themselves up a little bit more about and discuss themselves a bit more. I was tagged by Monique over at Lost in Articulation. Thank you for that. It was a few weeks ago now, so I do apologise for taking so long to get round to doing this. I will tag both, or try and link both Monique and Michael, their channels down below for you, so you can go and investigate their channels as well. So, without further ado, let's get into the tag. The first question is, what genres would you like to see talked about more on BookTube? In my experience with BookTube, I have found that it's mainly young adult, science fiction, fantasy, or literary style fiction, contemporary literary fiction, and factual books that are discussed the most on BookTube. I don't know whether that's just because that's the people that I come across or what, but in my experience. So I'd like to see a bit more romance, really. I know romance is a big trope in YA, so I know there's a lot of young adult romance out there. But romance in general doesn't seem to get so much of an outing. I do follow one channel. They're actually a romance book blog, and they're dedicated to reading all things romance, and that is Under the Covers. I'll try and link them down below as well. They're four ladies who follow absolutely. They just read romance. The majority romance. I've had some great recommendations from their channel over the last few years, because I follow their blog as well as them on YouTube now. So I'd like to see a bit more romance, and sometimes I feel like I'm watching the same video over and over, so I would just like to see more booktubers who read just a wide range of books. There is a woman out there, Louise, at the Big Head Bookworm. She just reads whatever takes her fancy, and I read pretty much the same as well. I'm not so much into literary fiction. I will watch booktubers who like literary fiction because I just like hearing people talk about books. But I'd like to see a wide range of books being discussed on just one channel. You know, even just, you know, people reading wider ranges of books. I know we do get trapped into reading a genre. I've done that myself, but I have been over the last few years trying to widen the scope of what I read, and not read the same thing over and over again. So question 2, what do you feel is the best way to make friends on BookTube? I'm very new to BookTube. I've only been here a couple of months. From what I've observed, I think probably the best way is to just talk to people. If you are making videos, get your videos out there. If you then get comments, as far as is possible, respond to the comments. Even if you're a huge channel, just respond to some of the comments. Let people see that you're interested in what your viewers have to say. And whether you're just talk to other people in the comments down below. It really does help, because that's how you're going to make friends. There is no other way, really. You just have to put yourself out there. Question 3. I'm going to do question 3 and question 4 together. Question 3 is, what do you enjoy the most about BookTube videos? And question 4 is, what do you least look forward to? For me, it's the same thing. It's hitting publish. I'm not a person who makes friends easily. I'm a bit of a shy person. So making BookTube videos, this is putting myself out there, and trying to do this. So for me, I get a little bit of a thrill when I hit publish, because I'm putting this out there for you to see. I'm talking about the things that I enjoy, and that's great. Everybody has a passion in life, and we should all feel free to share it. But because I'm shy, when I hit publish, I'm also thinking, oh my God, what have I done? What are these people going to think of me? So, but I make myself do it. So that's the thing that I enjoy the most and enjoy the least. Question 5. What videos other than tags, TBRs, wrap-ups, reviews and recommendations would you want to see more of? I don't know, really. There are some people out there who do kind of not self-help but help style videos. There's another channel that I follow. She and her name Molly Reads. She is an editor and she talks about how to become an editor. Okay, it's because she's in America. It is the courses and things that you would do if you were in America. But she, that sort of thing. Some of us are here as well because we're interested in how books are made and how they come to be and how they go from being an idea in here to something written down here. And again, that's something that we should all, I think even from the point of, for those of us who maybe aren't aspiring writers or aren't wanting to get into the world of book editing, or I think those are great videos to put out there as well. If you're in the world, help others. But other than that, I don't think there are a lot of review videos around. I think people tend to review books in their wrap-ups rather than doing individual reviews. I have mixed feelings about reviews. I like to watch review videos, but I prefer it if they don't have spoilers in. I have, in recent months, a book came out. It was a massive book. It's all over BookTube. The entire series was all over BookTube. And one BookTuber put up a video within 2 days of book release with a full-on spoiler-ridden review of the book. And it wasn't apparent how detailed her review was in her title. And I'm against spoilers. I am really against spoilers, and if there's any spoilers in any of the videos I ever put out, I do highly apologise. It's something that I really do try to avoid. So I hate spoiler reviews. But I like to see people telling me about a book. If they've really enjoyed a book, tell me about it. Really put it out there. Tell us why you enjoyed it. Tell us what was great about it, without giving away the story. But I don't think there are enough negative reviews out there either. And none of us like being critical. No one likes saying to someone, I didn't like it. But sometimes we have to. And for me, I'm one of those people, if I see a book that for whatever reason maybe has piqued my interest, but I'm not 100% certain whether I'm going to sit and read it or not, I will go hunting for the reviews. And I will look at good and bad reviews. So I would really like to see more negative reviews on BookTube as well. Say why something didn't work for you. And don't be afraid about it. I think there are a lot of people out there, and I've seen people saying this, that they're getting bad feedback themselves. And yes, that's difficult to deal with. But that's the whole point of BookTube. That's why this is, we're not here to just hear the nice. I'm inviting people to say horrible things to me now, but no one wants something really nasty said to them. But sometimes you need to hear the bad along with the good, as long as it is constructive. So maybe a few more negative reviews here and there, and more help videos especially for those of us who are still learning how to use this technology. So question 6, what are some themes you want to see more or less of in books? I think there is a lot out there anyway. Pretty much covers everything. I don't think there's a lot that doesn't get covered. In fact, I've seen a review on another channel recently, which was a review of a romance novel, and the romance novel title itself said everything that it needed to say about the book. It was a terrible book by all accounts. And yeah, basically the book was called Come for Bigfoot. It was one of the worst of example of erotic fiction, erotic romance out there. And yeah, I think the title and the cover said it all, really. So, you know, Bigfoot in romance, nothing in fiction hasn't been covered. What I'd like to see less of is the too stupid to live heroine. They drive me crazy. They drive me crazy. So this great big alpha hunk of a man has just rescued you from a bad situation that you were in. Why the bloody hell would you put yourself back there again? Why? Why? You don't cross a road and have a narrow escape with a car to step back out again in front of another one. Not straight away, anyway. Why the... Yeah, stop it. Authors, romance authors, stop it. If they're too stupid to live, kill them off. It's their own bloody fault. So yeah, that's what I'd like to see less of. Question 7, what are some of my booktube goals? I don't really have any. My booktube goal is to get myself out there, talking about books, talking to other people, not just talking at you through the video medium, but engaging with people in the comment section. And I try to, I don't always get back to the comment straight away, and I do apologise to anybody who's left a comment and then I've not replied for a week or two. It's not my intention, I'm not ignoring you, it's just real life has gotten in the way, and by the time I get that 5 minutes to sit down and respond, it's midnight and I just want to go to sleep. So I do apologise if that has happened to anybody. I do try to get back to you as quickly as I can. So yeah, so my goal is to just get myself out there, put myself out there, talk to people about books. Question 8, what advice would you give to a new booktuber who has just created their channel? Keep going. It's daunting. Your channel isn't going to grow. You're not going to get 1,000 subscribers overnight. This was something, I mean, yes, I did. There was a part of me that thought, oh, I'm going to get subscribers. And then there was a part, and then, you know, there was the sensible part of my brain was going, don't be stupid. It's not going to happen overnight. So that's my advice, is it's not going to happen overnight. You're not going to be the most popular person in the world. There are some huge booktubers out there who have been doing this for quite some time. They have all the kit, they have all the video, they put out great videos, they spend time on it. But then there are those of us, the smaller channels, who make up this huge community. We're the ones that are going to be engaging with you to start with. Talk to us as well. And just keep going. Just keep plugging away. Like I say, one of the worst things for me is hitting publish, but I do it. Just keep going. What are some qualities or traits that you look for when it comes to watching other booktubers? I don't know that I really look for anything. I just, I don't want to say it's really horrible, but people's voices are a big thing for me. There are some channels that look really great and they put out really great, stunning looking videos. They talk about books that I have adored or want to read, but I just don't click with them, with their voice. And people will be the same for me. I know this. And yes, that's one of the things for me that I just, yeah. So I have to be able to sit and listen to your voice. So, and that's one of the things that I look for. Other than that, just just someone who's being themselves and talking about something they love. And that's what I mainly look for. So question 10, a fun fact or hobby that others on BookTube don't know about you. A hobby. I do counted cross stitch. I've been doing it since I was 16. I started it because at that time I wasn't really reading. I was reading a bit, but not much. And I was struggling. I'd left school because I'm in the UK, so I'd left high school, secondary school. I was moving into college education. I'd met my first boyfriend. I had my first job that was more than just a couple of hours on a Saturday afternoon. And I was struggling with life at that point. I was everything was getting on top of me, nothing was getting done, and I wasn't doing enough for me. And my mum had just picked up this new hobby, cross stitch, and I had a look and saw a design that I liked, and my mum got me all the materials and she sat me down and she said, do it. And I've not looked back. I haven't finished many projects. I've got a couple. I've got one on the wall, but I can't show you because there's my washing's in front of it at the moment. And I've done that. I've finished a few projects. Most of the projects that I've finished, I have given away because they're birth announcement samplers, their wedding presents. So most of what I've done, I've given away. My aim is because I started listening to audiobooks a few years ago, but it's been a bit sporadic, but I've really started listening to them recently because I now have a lot of books I really need to listen to because I'm not buying them. I have a subscription to Audible, and I'm downloading them quicker than I'm listening to them. So I'm getting my stitchy bug back, so I want to try and combine the two. I can sit and listen to a book and do my stitching at the same time. So that's a fun fact about me. So the last question is, who do you tag to do this? All of you. All of you, do it. It's just a great few questions about you, just opening up a little bit more about BookTube, your thoughts on BookTube and books in general. So everybody do it. In particular, Louise, the big head bookworm, you've been on here for about a year now, I think. So it'd be great to see some of your thoughts on this. As someone who's doing really, really well, I'd love to see your thoughts on this. But yes, if you haven't done this tag, please do it. I'd like to see everyone do it. So that's it from me for today. Not sure when I'm going to be back with you again. I'm reading a little bit at the moment. I'm doing the we're in the middle of Tome Topple Readathon fortnight. I've got the last 4% on the first book. I'm just going to go off and read that now, because it's a book that somebody's been nagging me to read for quite some time. So I'm going to go off and finish that. And then see what I can do around my house for the day so that my other half doesn't come home to a house that looks like a Chinese laundry. I will see you all again. Have a lovely weekend, whatever you're doing. Goodbye.